What's up, Niner fans? My name is JT Magnum. Welcome to Niner News. The 49ers get another victory, the second of the year. They're now 2-4, beating the Baltimore Ravens 25-20 in a game that was a little nail-biting at the end. And let's get right into it. Kaepernick started out hot. Kaepernick played very, very well. Like, he had a great game. 340 yards passing, I think 225 in the first half. Just excellent play. Threw a strike to Torrey Smith, 76-yard bomb, basically. Awesome throw and catch and run. And of all people, it was on Sharice Wright. Yes! Oh, that felt so great. How many people felt so great when they saw Sharice Wright getting beat for that touchdown? It felt so good. When he caught the ball and ran, I was like, please tell me that was on Sharice Wright. Please tell me that was on Sharice Wright. And sure enough, it was. And it just felt so good. Sharice Wright ended up getting beat again on a Kaepernick throw to Quentin Patton for a touchdown. Quentin Patton shook him. Sharice Wright fell. He was in the end zone, caught it easy, wide open touchdown from Cap, who was scrambling in the pocket. He was actually buying himself some time in the pocket. Made a nice throw, perfect on point, wide open. Quentin Patton was, and the celebration was on from there. The defense, the offense played well too. Cap started off with a nice pass to Bruce Miller as well at the opening pass of the game. I liked the pass because Bruce Miller just kind of shoved, on a second one he did actually, he shoved the defender away with a stiff arm, set the tone for the game at the beginning, and that felt great, like that hard nose. And I like the fact that they're using Bruce Miller a lot more. It seems like when he's in the game and they use him more on passing downs, they do well. And I really like Bruce Miller out of the backfield receiving, and I like him blocking for Carlos Hyde. He needs to block more. I like that. And I'm trying to think. The offense played pretty well. There was a couple things I did not like. The blocking for the most part was pretty well, especially when Andrew Tiller was in the game. Andrew Tiller had himself a great game. He whiffed on one block. I know about that. I don't know about too many other ones, but I know he whiffed on one block. Other than that, he played a really good game. I don't know really too much about Devy's game. I wasn't paying attention to him, but I know that Andrew Tiller played a pretty good game. I really like him at right guard. I hope they stick with him there, not Devy, but we'll see how that goes in the future. The other thing I didn't like about the offense, there's a play that the Niners keep running, and I keep talking about it. It's a bootleg play. He keeps running, whether it's right or left, it's always to the short side of the field, which drives me nuts. So if you're lining on the right side of the hash mark, they run it to the right, which makes no sense to me because you're giving yourself a short amount of field. Like, why do you want to give yourself a shorter amount of field to try to make a first down, a shorter amount of field to be able to, you want to give yourself the whole field. You don't see teams doing this very often, taking a short field, but for some reason the Niners do it a lot, and I don't know why, but it drives me nuts. But they run it a lot, and every time there's a defender right in Kaepernick's face, as soon as he does the bootleg and he has to avoid him, either run or scramble real quick and then try to get a pass off. Stop doing that play, Niners. Please, if you're listening to me, stop doing that play. That play is annoying. It hasn't worked for 5 years. Stop. Just stop it. Other than that, the offense looked great. They were switching it up. They were moving the ball pretty well. Kaepernick had a field day moving the ball pretty well, and I enjoyed that offense. So, pretty good. The defense, though, on the other hand, I like our corners, and everybody keeps saying our corners suck. I don't think they suck. I just think they're covering for too long. Joe Flacco had all day to pass, and that's why he did well. If you get any kind of pass rush on a quarterback, it'll be a little easier. It'll be easier on the corners. You're asking our cornerbacks to cover pretty much the whole field the whole time for a crazy amount of seconds. And in this day in the NFL, when you can't grab, you can't hold, you can't touch a receiver, you can't do anything, it is hard to cover a receiver like that. And you can't not give these guys time. They need to either blitz more, like I said before, blitz more, get after it, play some man, stop playing the zone, or if you're gonna play zone, play a up zone where the corners are pushing up, especially when they blitz. That way, if the guy's trying to get rid of it fast, they're on them. They're on the stuff, that they can do. And if you can't, then have them back enough where you can't get beat deep. But still, they are not doing anything at the right time. It seems like they just aren't generating any pressure, and it's affecting our cornerbacks. And that's why you're seeing teams like anybody pretty much throwing like crazy on the Niners. So you got to understand, it comes hand in hand. The Niners have always made their corners look good by flashing a really good pass rush. And right now, it's not working out that way. Mangini has to figure out how to get to the quarterback, especially now with Seattle coming to town. I did like one other pass Kaepernick threw. He threw a strike to Anquan Boldin deep, which you hardly ever see Anquan Boldin getting deep, but he did, and it was a very nice pass, and I really like that a lot. Kaepernick, just like I said, he played a very good game. This is the big test, though, this week, and I'll talk about it in a second, but there was, let's get to the refs real quick. The refs, all in all, the game was called pretty well, I thought. There was a play for the 49ers that I think they got away with. I'm not sure because you couldn't really tell by the replay because they didn't show the replay fast enough, a good amount of times or close enough to see if he was out of bounds or anything. But Quentin Patton caught a ball on the sideline. It looked like he stepped out first before he caught the ball, but we're not sure because they didn't really show it enough. And the Niners got the snap off so quick the Ravens couldn't challenge. So it was as if they maybe thought that maybe he did as well. So I think the Niners got away with that one there. And the other one was Steve Smith. Steve Smith got away with the push-off for his touchdown. And I'll have the replay up over there or here. I always do it wrong. It's right over here. You'll see the replay. He basically went deep on Acker. He pushed off. You could see Acker and Antoine Bethea saying he pushed off. And on NFL Network, when Deion Sanders was doing the highlights, you know how they do the highlights, Deion Sanders was on air saying that Steve Smith pushed off. And you can tell he pushed off. And that's one of the things that I don't like when star players get the star treatment. It's bullcrap. I know it's Kenneth Acker. He's nobody yet. He's just a young corner. But, he's playing his heart out too. He has the perfect coverage. And you let a guy just push you off and catch the ball. And it happens right in front of the ref. You could see the ref right there in the replay when he pushed him off. The ref is with his hands on his knees, looking down, looking at him. And you can tell he sees it. But yet still no call. And you got to call that. I saw some offensive pass interference called this week in the games. I saw a lot of them on pick plays, and I saw another one where he pushed off and called it. I saw a lot of them, so why can't Steve Smith get it? You know what I'm saying? Like, there were no-name receivers, too, that were getting busted for it. But the thing is, if it's a name receiver, do they get busted for it? No, it just seems like every time, and they don't give the benefit of the doubt for these players. And you got to call it fairly, and that's just how I see it. But is what it is. We move on. The 49ers play the Seahawks this week on Thursday. I'll probably have a video for you on Friday since that game is on Thursday. So you get two videos this week, two Niner News videos this week. But yeah, it was a great win, and hopefully they can build upon that and play Seattle tough. Seattle always plays San Francisco tough. Their defense is always tough on Colin Kaepernick. Hopefully Colin Kaepernick can do something, especially the way he's playing the last 2 weeks. I feel a lot more confident now in him that he's playing like this the last 2 weeks. I know I was calling for his head. I was one of the people calling for his head because I was so angry with the way his demeanor was. But he's proved me wrong, that's for sure. His last 2 games, he's playing upbeat. He's feeling a little loose. I guess they let him loose. Who knows? But they need to keep doing this game plan. They need to keep using. They need to confuse Seattle. Don't always run 1-2 and then pass. Just confuse the living dead as them. Keep them guessing because Seattle has given up yards this year. They haven't played the same. They're sitting at 2-4. Arizona lost this week, so they're 4-2. So this is a big game. The 49ers win, they go to 3-4. Arizona loses or anything happens, Arizona goes to 4-3. You're 1 game back in the division. So you gotta keep the momentum going, hopefully, for 49ers. Build upon that and see how they do against Seattle. We'll see what happens. But I got to admit, 2 weeks ago, I was not thinking that the Niners had even a remote chance against the Seahawks. Now, with the way Seahawks playing, with the way the Niners played yesterday, hopefully they can get a nice victory at home against the Seahawks. So we'll see. But let me know in the comment section what you thought about the game against the Ravens. Let me know what you think of that about the game upcoming against the Seahawks. Let me know your score predictions of the game. Be truthful and honest. I know you guys are Niner fans. I think the Niners are going to win this game. I think it's going to be 20-17, but we shall see what happens. All right? So for JT Magnum Niner News, I'm out. Peace.